Good morning and welcome to Today in Putnam County, hosted by Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter, the show that takes a look at the events and what's happening all around Putnam County, as well as interviews with local, community, and business leaders. And now, sharing his insights and experience, here's Today in Putnam County with County Mayor Randy Porter.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us on Today in Putnam County. This week's show, it's about a patriotic holiday coming up, July the 4th, and it's fast approaching. We're going to have a lot of great events happening in Putnam County that week. My guest this week is one of the organizers of the big Cookeville event that's going to be happening on July 4th, and that's past Cookeville Mayor Ricky Shelton. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm great.
Good. Another year's come and gone.
Yep.
10th anniversary.
10th annual event, and you've been right there with me all along throughout the whole process. Can't believe we're already at 10 years.
I can't either. God tell my story. Well, I tell it every year.
Sure, you do every year.
Back when we were running for office, you were running for city mayor, and I was running for county mayor in 2014. I'd been at an event. I'd come back out to the 911 center. I got my vehicle, and I was leaving, and I was coming down Willa, and this big billboard here on Willa, it flashed up, and it said, Ricky Shelton bringing back fireworks to Cookeville, or something along that line. I looked over at my wife, Melanie, and I said, there's your next mayor of Cookeville. I should have bet on that, you know. I went and got a lottery ticket too, you know. And that happened, and you mayor, and I guess set an all-time record when you ran the second time of the number of votes, right?
We did, and you know, it was one of those things we used to have an event here, and then it went away, and there was nothing going on. And I think that was one of the things as I ran, that people were starved for things to do, events to take place, family-friendly kind of things, and that was really kind of what we ushered in during 8 years as mayor, is having these kinds of events. Yeah. This was really the biggie, was the Red, White, and Boom. We started, didn't know if anybody would, buy into it or not, and 10 years later, I've got almost 40 businesses involved in this, and raising about $125,000 a year to put this on, and all funded through by private donations and a little bit from the governments, just because it is a huge draw for our community.
It's a tourism draw for our community. I mean, you bring thousands of people in here they will go and eat at the restaurants and shop and all those kind of things, and then stay and watch the fireworks.
Yeah, and then some, I know a number of people that are actually traveling in and staying multiple overnights this year, especially because of our musical guest. He's kind of renowned down in Florida and the coast and all that area, and has a huge following all over the country. So a lot of those folks are coming, and so it's cool to see. 10 years later, it's still going just as strong as it was, and this will be the last year at the current Putnam County Fairgrounds on Jefferson and Walnut, and so kind of sad about that in a lot of ways, but excited for what the future holds. I know you are too, and you've been such a driver of this new fairgrounds and what it's going to be and the potential it has to be, because there's going to be, it's so much bigger and so many more cars, all those things. So it'll be interesting as we kind of start over in a respect next year, mapping out and planning out the event for that venue. But we're excited about this being the last one here, and we're hopefully make it special.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing is about the old fairgrounds is there's only so much parking.
Right.
And we always max it out, 925 cars on site. Then at some point, usually around 8 o'clock or so, the roads are all backed up. You can't get in. So not everybody that wants to be in can be there, but that's not going to be the case down at the new fairgrounds. So
the good part about where it is now and what we will miss is the fact that you're literally anywhere along Jefferson, along Interstate Drive is an opportunity to park in a business or a restaurant and watch and have that. So we're going to miss that part, but it does open up new opportunities, because there is 4 times the parking almost. Yeah. And along that Tennessee Avenue, that'll happen. But again, that's next year. That's not this year. That's for the 11th annual.
Well, let's talk about the 10th annual event. You keep making it bigger and better each year, and you added something this year, but beforehand, a new Freedom 5K?
Freedom 5K, and that'll actually be tonight at 8 o'clock. We wanted to, there used to be a night race, and that went away several years ago, so I thought that would be a neat thing to do. Partnered with Michael England, who's renowned. I'm sure you've seen him around town with very short shorts. And
wonder how many pairs of tennis shoes that man owns.
About 200 or 300, he told me. But he's an awesome guy. He and his wife run the Exceptional Bean, and so we wanted to partner. We wanted to do this Freedom 5K. I knew he was the guy to do it with, and so we're actually partnering with them. So it's the Freedom 5K sponsored by Better Cookeville and Better Together with Costa, and we're benefiting the Exceptional Bean. So a majority of the proceeds will go to the Exceptional Bean, but it's a way to kind of tie everything together, where everyone will come out, wear red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
5K is only 3.2 miles, and we're leaving the Exceptional Bean, going around a little bit downtown and around Tennessee Tech and then back. And so you don't
pretty flat. You're not going to be in any major hills or anything.
You don't have to be a runner. A walker is fine. It's $45. You'll get a T-shirt. We've got 3 divisions. We're honoring veterans within that as well. So just invite you. You still have time, even if you haven't registered, that you can come on out tonight and show up, and we'll get you registered right then and walk or run and be a part of this first event of the Freedom 5K as part of the 10th annual Red, White, and Bean.
Well, and the Exceptional Bean is a great nonprofit that they hire folks with disabilities and issues that probably might not be able to do or have a job, and
That's right.
They've got a bunch of them there, and that is just isn't it a great atmosphere to go in that place?
Yeah, when I need an office to go and meet people, that's where I meet them.
CG and Mike have done a great job with that, and kudos to them. So we're going to kick it off on June the 29th, which is tonight, 8 p.m., the Freedom 5K, and then let's get started. Then we're going to hit the 4th of July, but it starts that morning, right?
That morning with our traditional kids' bicycle, wagon, scooter, wheelchair, golf cart parade. And always a lot of fun. We'll line up and register there at Freeze and Washington in the Hooper Huddleston Horner parking lot area, and that starts around 9:15. The parade will actually be at 10. Leaves there, goes around the courthouse, and then it's real simple. Take about 20-25 minutes, and then we'll reconvene there on the south steps of the courthouse to have a little patriotic ceremony and honor some folks there.
That's one of my favorite parts is the patriotic parade with those kids. They are decorating up their bicycles and tricycles and wagons and whatever they got, and they are so into it. And we need to be teaching our kids about patriotism,
Absolutely.
don't we?
That's what 4th of July is about.
Yeah.
That's why it's important for us to continue this on, and again, like you said, teach them and let them see that it's it is fun, but it's also there's a meaning behind it.
Absolutely. We're talking to Ricky Shelton, Better Cookeville, putting on the 4th of July Red, White, and Boom. Rick, we're taking care of that morning with the patriotic parade and the ceremony at the courthouse, and let's talk about what's going to happen at the fairgrounds.
Absolutely. Move to the fairgrounds. The gates will open at 3 p.m. You can come in and park and start the fun. We'll have around 21 food trucks.
Wow.
Food vendors on site. I put a list of that out. And by the way, you can look at redwhiteandboomcookeville.com. It has every one of these events, has all the times, has everything listed there. So if there is a question, of course, we have Facebook event pages for all that, but the easiest might be redwhiteandboomcookeville.com. So the gates open at 3. The music will start around 5 o'clock. It'll be Jake Hoot. We'll be playing from 5 to 6:30, and then we'll change over. And then, of course, we're super excited for Jake. Jake's been with us most of these events. He's missed a couple of them with other things that he had going on, but always great to have him back in town. And then we've got a really special artist that my wife and I wanted to have. We've been trying to get him for 3 years, and we finally did. His name is Jesse Rice. And if you love the Jimmy Buffett style music, that's what he is famous for. He actually has written a number of country songs as well. So he's a great singer-songwriter and is a songwriter in his own right. He's written several crews by Florida Georgia Line, wrote that, and multiple others. But it's going to be fun. He's going to have a 4-piece. He's going to have a steel drum. So it's going to really have that beach vibe to it. And I think people are really going to be super excited about it.
I think so too. It's going to be a great night. And then the fireworks, a little after 9 normally.
It plays till about 9, and we've got Delnora Reed Acuff will be singing America the Beautiful live on stage, and Casey Wallace will be singing the national anthem live, and then go into the fireworks. So it'll be sometime right around, probably launch will be right at 9:15, just to give everything time. And it'll again be about a 22-23 minute show, jam-packed, full as can be, and added a couple of special things this year, so we're excited about that for the 10th annual event.
It's going to be a great night. We're talking about Red, White, and Boom, July the 4th at the Putnam County Fairgrounds. More with Ricky Shelton and Red, White, and Boom. Stay with us.
And now back to Today in Putnam County, hosted by Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter.
Welcome back to Today in Putnam County. I'm your host, County Mayor Randy Porter. Hope you're having a great weekend. Our show this week about the 4th of July, where we celebrate patriotism here in Putnam County. something we need to be teaching our kids, and we got a lot of events going on that hopefully will help do that. My guest this week is the organizer of the Cookeville event, Red, White, and Boom. It's past Cookeville Mayor, Mr. Ricky Shelton. Rick, we've been talking about 10th anniversary. I know when you started this back in 2014, it had happened before in a smaller venue, but it had stopped. People were hungry for an event to come to, and you started it. But did you ever dream that it could turn out to be this big?
Not really. I mean, when you have an idea or a vision about something, and obviously, you know, something like this takes a lot of money. So first and foremost, you can have an idea, then you got to be able to raise the money. And at the time when we did it, I knew there wasn't any funds to do this. So to start out with that, and when money started coming in, it was a little bit smaller then, but we've continued to grow it, and that's one of the things I'm most grateful and proud of. Over 10 years, we've lost very few sponsors and partners, and we've actually picked up along the way, which has allowed us to increase our budget for the fireworks this year. That's how we can have the second largest fireworks show in Tennessee on the 4th of July, and it's because of our partners, and not only that, is everything about this is free.
Yeah.
That you don't pay to be in the parade. There is a small fee on the race, which is tonight, the Freedom 5K that we added this year, but those funds are to benefit
Exceptional Bean, right?
Exceptional Bean.
Yeah.
But as far as the day of the event, the parade, the patriotic ceremony, parking at the fairgrounds is free, concerts free, the fireworks, the only thing, if you want to buy food, you pay the food vendors who come to set up there. So,
but everything else is free.
Absolutely.
You got a lot of great sponsors that's been with you for a long time. Won't you run through those?
I do, and I appreciate that. And like I said, I always say no money, no mission. You know that.
Right.
Anything. I know you're involved in a lot of events too. But Ford of Cookeville, Life Church, Cash Express, Lincoln of Cookeville, Store Smart, Coca-Cola Consolidated, Charles Stone Heating and Cooling, Better Together with Costa, Martin Signs, Rogers Group, Real Estate Professionals of Tennessee, Food City, Twin Lakes, Risher Roofing, Averett Express, Putnam Properties, Clayton Homes of Cookeville, T.W. Frierson Contractors, Vulcan Materials, Wilson Bank, Holiday Inn, McGriff Insurance, G&L Tube, Dependable Auto Sales, Texas Roadhouse, Home to Suites, First National Bank, a lot of great media partners, Upper Cumberland Reporter, Go Advertising, Country Giant 94.7, 98.5 KISS FM, 106.1 The Eagle, 107.7 The Hub, Cookeville Lifestyle Magazine, Four Wonders Photography, Top Ready Aerial Photography, and then, of course, City of Cookeville and Putnam County, and, of course, you, Mayor Porter, a huge partner and part of this event as well. And then, of course, Better Cookeville is the overarching organization that we help facilitate it.
Absolutely. And a lot of those sponsors have been with you from the beginning.
They have. Most of them, in fact. I think there's only about 4 or 5 that have been added on this year, but most of those have been from the beginning. And I think, again, that's what I'm most grateful for, is that they see that there's value. They continue to receive that value. And a lot of them, I know one of the larger ones tells me, this is such a great thing for our community. That's why I want to continue to support this financially. And so I want to make sure that we always do that. Always give value for what we're doing, and always have a great show for people to enjoy with their family.
Absolutely. Let's run down the lineup again, starting with the Freedom 5K.
Freedom 5K tonight at 8 p.m. You can still, even if you haven't registered yet, show up tonight. You can run or walk. It's 3.2 miles around downtown. And then July 4th, starts out at Kids Bicycle Wagon Scooter Parade at 10 o'clock. Registration starts about 9 o'clock. There at Hooper Huddleston Funeral Home at Freeze in Washington. Like I said, decorate your wagon, your bicycle, your scooter, golf cart, wheelchair, whatever it might be. Come around, parade around the courthouse, and then we'll end up back on the south lawn of the courthouse, where you'll have a ceremony. We'll honor our veterans and what 4th of July is about, our military, and then move to the fairgrounds at 3 o'clock. The gates will open. 21 food trucks on site. Again, no charge to get in. The music will start at 5 with Jake Hoot. We'll play from 5 to 6:30. Bring your chair and a good appetite. And Jesse Rice will come on at 7 p.m. and play till 9. And then a few things will happen right after that, getting ready for the fireworks to launch about 9:15.
And you kind of hinted at it, teased at it a little bit, but you got a little something extra in the fireworks this year,
there
right?
Is. We wanted to, we thought about a couple different things to add in. for our 10th anniversary. And our vendor pyro shows, they're really world renowned. That they shoot the Nashville show, which is one of the largest in the United States.
Right.
The owner's son Garrett does our show, and has from the beginning. But yeah, they've got some new technology that they've continued to add in with their stuff, with computerized firing, and it's very tight synchronization. Our entire show is synchronized to music, but now with computers, they're able to really nail it down. And so there's going to be a couple of exciting scenes within that show. So we'll just leave it at that, and people can watch for that.
Absolutely. Going to be a great time. It's all on, besides the Freedom 5K, which is tonight, June 29th, everything else is July the 4th, starting that morning at the courthouse and then ending up at the Putnam County Fairgrounds. You know, you kind of started something, Rick. Several of the other communities around us, now we've got All Good and Monterey both doing things, but they're working around them. So All Good's putting on its Let Freedom Ring, which is tonight from 5 to 9 at their park up there. And then you got on July the 5th, the day after the Red, White, and Boom, you got Monterey's Fire on the Mountain from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. there in downtown Monterey. They're going to have all kinds of food and games and live music and fireworks.
Is the 3rd.
I was going to ask you about that. I think you're right.
Baxter Life Church, I believe, is partnering with them on an event on the 3rd, and that's when we first started this. You and I talked, and I asked your opinion on it. So we chose July 4, and we're going to always be Red, White, and Boom on July 4.
Right.
What that did, because a lot of times there's overlap.
Right.
It's kind of like, you kind of shepherded this on the parades, that we pick a date and then
everybody stay with it.
Stays with it. So we're always on the 4th, and now all the other communities around us can choose a date off that. So that way, people from all the communities can come and enjoy each other's.
Yeah. And
you're not overlapping. And I think it's turned out really, really good. And now 10 years later, here we're going to have 4 in our county, and at one time we had none.
Right.
So that's really cool. And I know White County will do one. I know Cumberland County does.
Overton County's doing one. Yeah.
So they're all doing that now, and of course, not always will you be able to stay off of everybody else's. But I think it's important in Putnam County that we continue to do that out of respect, and also out of where all our residents can see what lots of different ones.
Absolutely, going to be a great day, 4th of July, Red, White, and Boom. Talking with Ricky Shelton, Better Cookeville. We got to take a break. Stay with us.
And now, back to Today in Putnam County, hosted by Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter.
Welcome back to Today in Putnam County. I'm your host, County Mayor Randy Porter. Hope you're having a great weekend. Our show this week is all about the 4th of July and showing our patriotism and teaching our kids about being patriotic. We do that really good, I think, and we have a lot of events that's going to be going on not only on the 4th of July, but a few days before that and a few days after that. We've got a great community we live in, and we got a lot of our cities and county and nonprofits that put on some great events, and one of them, the biggest, is Red, White, and Boom, and my guest today is the organizer of that event, Mr. Ricky Shelton with Better Cookeville and past mayor of Cookeville. Rick, we've been talking about the event just keeps growing and growing and growing, and you keep adding stuff to it, and this year's not going to be any different. I got a new event added, so why don't you run down starting with the first event tonight, and then run us all the way through the 4th of all the things that's going to happen.
Yeah, so again, this is the 10th annual event. Tonight, Saturday, June 29th, will be the Freedom 5K, which is the new event we've added. It's a 5K, it's a 3.2-mile run around downtown and around Tennessee Tech. It will be benefiting the Exceptional Bean, and Michael England is helping organize that, and so that should be a fun event. Don't worry if you're not a runner. Walkers are fine. That's what I would be doing as well, and don't worry if you haven't registered yet. You can come tonight and show up and be a part of this. And like I said, most of the proceeds will benefit the Exceptional Bean and their great mission that they do. Then moving over to Thursday, July 4th, which is the date that Red, White, and Boom always lands on. We will have the Kids Bicycle Wagon Scooter Wheelchair Parade that morning at 10 a.m. Line up and registration starts at 9 a.m. Bring your bicycle, wagon, scooter decorated up in red, white, and blue. And we've got several prizes to give away. We've got $75 first place in several categories, and then a $100 overall prize that we'll be giving. Again, there's no cost for any of these things that we're doing as far as on the 4th of July. So come out to that, and it's about a 20 or 30 minute parade. It'll take about 20 or 30 minutes. We'll go around the courthouse and then back on the south lawn of the courthouse to receive the awards for the parade, but then also to have a recognition ceremony for patriotic activities here in our community and to celebrate 4th of July. And then moving over to the fairgrounds, Putnam Putnam County Fairgrounds on Jefferson, the old location where it's always been, even though this is the last year of it. This will be the last one on Jefferson Avenue. We've said that for a couple of years, but I think that's
it's pretty well,
this time.
Yep.
And but the gates will open at 3 p.m. Remember, we're able to park about 950 cars, but there's no cost to park and there's no cost to get in. So if you park somewhere else, we'd still encourage you to, if you want to park off-site and then walk into the fairgrounds, bring your chair, because we're going to have a lot of activities. Our radio partners, the Giant and Kiss, they're going to have a lot of activities going on the whole time. 21 food trucks, so come hungry. Our good friend, hometown guy, Jake Hoot, will be kicking off the singing at 5 o'clock. He'll sing from 5 to 6:30. And then Jesse Rice, who we're super excited to have as a headliner. Look him up on Trop Rock, T-R-O-P, Trop Rock Music. That's the Jimmy Buffett style beach music. So we're sure to get you in a good summertime mood while we're also celebrating patriotism. But he'll play from 7 to 9. Again, free parking, free admission, lots of food trucks, lots of activities happening within that. And then our fireworks will launch about 9:15. A lot of people choose to park on Jefferson or Interstate Drive or, the old mall area, all those places, which are all great places, and do their own tailgating and fun. And that's quite all right, too. Want to remind people, too, that our partner, Upper Cumberland Reporter, they're gonna stream the show, the music, and then the fireworks, as always, will be live streamed on your Facebook page
and yours.
Yours is
Randy Porter, Mayor Putnam County.
Mayor Putnam County, and then on my Facebook page, Ricky Shelton TN. So both of those you can watch. If you don't live here, if you can't make it or whatever, they'll be live streamed on that. And then all the music is, it's a choreographed show, so it's synchronized to Country Giant and Kiss 98.5 Kiss FM. You want to make sure you tune your radio to that to get the full effect of the show.
We get thousands watching it on Facebook Live that can't come.
Right.
We wind up getting people all over the country that watch it. It's amazing. Actually, all over the world, you start getting places in other countries. But that's great for folks that we have a group of folks that they may be sick, they may be disabled, reasons they can't come, can't be out in the heat or something, and get to watch it. And so it's really going to be good this year with Upper Cumberland Reporter doing the concerts.
Correct.
So you'll be able to watch the concerts on your phone or put it up on your TV or whatever you want to do.
So if you do want to, still be live action with the fireworks on Jefferson or Interstate Drive, but then you can bring up Upper Cumberland Reporter and see and hear the music as they're playing that. So that'll be a nice option when we appreciate them partnering with us this year.
Absolutely. It's going to be a big week in Putnam County with all the things that are going on. And as we were talking about in the other segment, the other cities are putting on fireworks and events now. So we got on June the 29th, which is tonight, All Goods Let Freedom Ring from 5 to 9 in their park. I think they call it Bilberry Park. They're going to have all kinds of things up there and shoot their fireworks about 9. We think Baxter and Life Church is putting July 3rd. And then we got Monterey on July the 5th. They call theirs Fire on the Mountain. It's from 3 to 11. Downtown Monterey. They're closing the streets and they got all kinds of food and games and live music, and then they'll have fireworks. So you started something, Rick.
That's good.
It is, isn't it? And I think about our community. I mean, we brag all the time about what a great community we live in, how everybody gets along, and this, to me, is just another example of where you've got all the cities in the county and everybody work together, so we're not on top of each other. You got every one of them on different nights, and so people can enjoy all of them.
Yeah, it's not a competition. It's making something available to people, and some people still may not want to go to a certain area, don't want to get in the traffic or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they have an option of somewhere else, and that's what it's about. And as long as we can continue to raise the money to put this on, we want to continue to do that, and I'm proud to be able to still be a part of it.
We're thankful for you and thankful for you coming up with that idea and doing this now, the 10th anniversary of Red, White, and Boone. So we got a couple minutes left. What's going on with you now? I heard something about what was that, sidetrack or trackside? Trackside.
Sidetrack. You're funny. Trackside, we opened along the railroad track on the west side on some property we have downtown, a food truck park, and we have space for 6 food trucks, and had several rotating in and out, and some that come once a month, and some that are there more permanent than others, and try to have some type of music, some type of entertainment. We have a little stage there, and so most Saturday nights, from 5 to 8, there's some type of live music there, and ability to have food there, or have ice cream at Cream City and walk down, or whatever that might look like. So we're going to continue to try to do that. We opened it last October, and not the greatest time to open it, but the cool weather was nice, and then of course we hit winter, which was tough to be outside, and spring came and it rained every single day. So
that's the way it goes, isn't it?
I didn't realize how much it rains until you have an outdoor venue that you need it not to rain.
Yeah.
Although we need rain for our flowers and plants
right.
and all those things, but it is interesting to know. And then now the heat of the day, so it's sometimes it's tough because of heat. So it's an ever evolving process to try to figure out the best way to manage this. I know it's these things. This was the first one in this area.
Yeah.
They're super popular in other areas, and so it may be one of those things that's a little ahead of its time, and we'll continue to evolve and try to figure out. We've held a couple of events there that have been very successful, and so certainly are willing to always rent the venue out for a anniversary or a wedding or a birthday or other type of party. So that's certainly an option. If you're interested in that, reach out to me, and we'll continue to see how this evolves over time.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll put a roof over it.
We have a roof over the stage. It's just the entire thing.
Maybe increase that, and you don't have to worry about the rain and stuff.
Maybe a bubble, like a stadium. There we go. So,
Rick, we appreciate you. Appreciate your friendship and putting on all this every year. Better Cookeville is the nonprofit that Rick and his wife started several years ago, and they put on the 4th of July. So, quick recap tonight. 8 p.m. Freedom 5K over at Exceptional Bean. Come, walk, run. Then on the 4th of July, we got the patriotic parade I call it the Kitty Patriotic Parade with their kids, July 4th at 10 a.m. around the courthouse. Registration starts at about 9. Then we have a ceremony on the south side of the courthouse after that parade, honoring some of our folks and kind of a patriotic ceremony. Then out to Putnam County Fairgrounds off South Jefferson. Gates open at 3 p.m. Jay Coote, Jesse Rice going to be in concert. It's free. Fireworks start about 9:15. 10th anniversary of Red, White, and Boom. So we're working for a big time. Have a good time. Plenty of stuff to eat. Bring out the kids. It's all free. Yep. Thanks to Rick and Better Cookeville. Thank you, Rick, for everything you do. I appreciate you. Hey, that's our show for this week. Hope you join us every week for Today in Putnam County. I'm County Mayor Randy Porter. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and may God continue to bless Putnam County.
You've been listening to Today in Putnam County, hosted by Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter.